Norwich 9.3 CMP here again. Right now we're going to do the M1 Garand Enbloc Clip on how to load it. This is basically for the beginners, and hopefully we attract more enthusiasts to the M1 Garand. Although this is probably at the basic level for somebody. Veterans might learn a little something too. First things first is the Enbloc technically is not a magazine. It's called a clip, but more properly in the mechanical world, it's a spring, okay, because it has tension on it. So the Enbloc takes this one, obviously, takes 8 rounds. And I'm just going to show you how I load it. First things first, I want to talk about the ammunition. The ammunition I use basically is military brass. And I make sure my brass is shiny and it's not corroded. I don't use a steel case with the lacquered edges on it, and the main reason is function. What happens is if you have the lacquered casings or a chamber that is not shiny and clean, when you have the combination of dirty brass and a dirty chamber, not shiny chamber, you'll have functionality with taking the round out of the chamber after the round is being fired. When you fire the round, it actually, the brass expands inside and goes to the wall of the chamber. Okay, and then that's when it tries to extract it, and it can become more of a problem. There's a heavier resistance than if the brass is shiny and the chamber is nice and shiny. One reason why people ask is the chamber in the white. That means it doesn't have any finish on the inside, which is better for functionality. So the first thing I do is I put my 4 rounds loosely on the bottom. It doesn't make a difference whether to the bottom this way or to this way. The Garand's going to load the same way either way. Once I get my 4 rounds in, I just use the corner and I start pushing in. They're still pretty loose. I'm kind of staggering them at the time, and I push them all the way in. Okay, and make sure all my rounds are down at the bottom. You can check over here, see this one's not. They're all down in there. That's 7 rounds. It takes the 8th round. Now there's a couple ways to put it in. I prefer myself, I take this and I hook the corner here on a little bit of an angle, more like going at a 45 this way when I hook it. And I just get it started. And now I'll slide it all the way to the back until it clicks. Okay. Now the round will be able to be stripped off. There's also another way. Just like a magazine-fed weapon for a staggered type, you can push it in from the top. It's a little bit harder. It might be harder for people with a little bit weaker hands. Make sure it's lined up again here and push down. Those are the 2 ways that I can load a clip, and hopefully the beginners make their life a little bit easier making these. Take care, enjoy. Go to robsmilitarycollectibles.com and you can purchase Garand and carbine parts. Take care.